As I always tell you, I'm one person, I don't talk until heavens talk. That's why it's very rare for you people to hear my voice anyhowly. But whenever I speak, give it time, you will see it. Because I'm not in any competition of a name. I'm not in any competition of famosity. No. And I'm not in any competition of wealth. If there is anything called wealth, then at my level where I've reached, I am very wealthy. Because once upon a time, I was a street boy. And a street boy doesn't have a home. He doesn't have a guardian. He's a home to himself. He's a guardian to himself. He's everything to himself. So if the Lord removed me from there to where I am, don't try to say I'm poor. I can have something to put on. I can have a place to sleep. And I can have something to eat. Then I'm very rich. To me, I'm very rich. The rest is to serve until I get my reward in the last day. That is Prophet Samuel. That is who I am. I have nothing against Ezekiel Odero of Mombasa, Mavueni. But I'm going to speak as a prophet. And I'm asking a question. Why are you initiating thousands and thousands and thousands of Kenyans, putting demons in them by a liquid that you have acquired from ocean, telling people it's the Lord's table? Why? Listen what the angel told me. He's the current priest from the queen of the ocean. Before Ezekiel Odero became the priest of the underworld ocean, the first man who was the priest was a man called Joshua Mwanyaka from Tanzania. He's a prophet. He was the priest. Then when the season of Joshua came to an end, he handed over the mantle to a man called Godavia. He's also a prophet in Tanzania. He handed over the mantle to a man called Godavia in Tanzania. Joshua served very well, and his term was over. When his term was over, he handed over the mantle to a man called Godavia in Tanzania. Godavia failed because when you become a member, when you become a priest of the underworld, the ocean, you are not allowed to have any intercourse with normal women on earth. You are not allowed. Even your own wife. Your property belongs there. We have children in the house. So this man, after acquiring wealth and wealth and wealth, his desire for normal women, human daughters, was so high he could not control himself. And so he started indulging in relationship with normal women, earthly women. Because at that level, you have to keep the code. And so this angered the queen of the ocean. So out of the anger, the queen wanted a person who can replace. The queen sent an agent by the name Rahab. Rahab came on earth in the name of Zerah. Zerah met the wife of Ezekiel, Sarah. The target was Ezekiel, because Ezekiel was seen preaching in a place called Mariakani. He had 2 speakers. So they spotted him. And they felt this man can make a good priest. So they went through the wife. So Ezekiel met this woman in the disguise of somebody who wanted help of prayer. And that woman gave Ezekiel 50,000. If Ezekiel will watch this program, he knows I'm not cheating. I've never spoken about him in any negative way. Check all my records. Even when Onyango of Eldoret insulted him, I told Onyango that was wrong. We don't need to insult each other and execute thunder. Because to me, So, this woman came in a disguise of someone who was looking for help. Ezekiel and the wife, they were very innocent, not knowing they were being lured into something. And so, this woman one day asked if Ezekiel was willing to meet her boss. Ezekiel didn't know what she was going to meet. Ezekiel willingly, he met the Queen of Ocean without knowing that she was the Queen of Ocean. And the power that was discharged from the Queen got into Ezekiel when he shared a table with the Queen. And from there he lost himself. The first money that Ezekiel was given was 3 million. Cash, kwa gunia, not through the bank. And Ezekiel started from there. But my question is this. Do you have to initiate thousands of Kenyans and Tanzanians and Ugandans by a liquid you have drawn from ocean in the name of the Lord's table? Do we have to go to that extent? And this is a message to everyone who went to Mavueni for the Lord's table. Before the new moon of January, get water, put inside salt, take the Lord's Prayer 2 times and decree a sanctification, to be sanctified. Decree with your own mouth. Then take that water, salted. It will dissolve the cord. But if the moon of January will appear when you have not done it, wait for the results. Wait for results. Do you remember the work of Ben Hinn? I'm standing, I am sure of what I'm talking about. And so, this is how this priesthood thing has moved. From Joshua to this man called Godavia. Now it came to Ezekiel, and the assistant of Ezekiel is a woman in Tanzania called Mfalme, Zumari, Zumuridi, something like that. Even the name has. Now, if a woman can call herself Mfalme, are we too blank to see this is not the will of Yahweh? And she's also a preacher. Last year, both of them were arrested. Ezekiel was arrested. The woman was arrested in Tanzania. They were all released. It was not God who released Ezekiel from prison. It was the Queen of the Ocean who commanded the government and ordered the government of Kenya to release Ezekiel. That's why the government never told us on what ground, on what accounts that Ezekiel was released. I don't care even if Zumaridi, thank you, that's the name. So Ezekiel is the priest. This is the assistant. They are both wealthy because they get their supply directly from the Queen of the Ocean. You have found it. What is it? Yes. But now the problem is initiating people. So as a prophet, I say this. Everyone who went to Mavueni and you took the so-called Lord's table, cleanse yourself. And the only way to cleanse yourself, don't deceive yourself, you'll go to